in VIPW, we've had the privilege of bringing you some big-time matchups. And fans, this might be the first time you're hearing my voice. My name is Adam Sanders, and tonight we're about to bring you a matchup here out of Victoria, British Columbia that you will not soon forget. This man making his way to the ring, this guy is young in this wrestling business. This guy is VanBruggen. This dude is built out of sheer, what do we say here? I want to say sheer meat and bones, sheer meat and metal. This dude is built out of everything you want to say in this wrestling business when you want to build a wrestler. This is it, top to bottom. This dude is a pro wrestler built right for this business. Tonight, honestly, I can't even.
Do you remember the beginning of the game WCW Mayhem?
Thank you.
Because I feel
bring
like
it on. Bring it on.
VanBruggen
Take your time.
was quite literally built in a lab. There were technicians.
Thank you.
There were computer screens.
Absolutely.
There were all sorts of IV drips going on, and he broke loose. He broke loose, much like the intro to WCW Mayhem, and now he is here running wild in our promotion. But tonight, he has a challenge unlike anything he has faced in his young wrestling career, because he is taking on an absolute
Look at our camera dudes. You don't even see. I can't even put to words. We have a dude created for pro wrestling taking on a dude created for pro wrestling. This is it. It doesn't get any stronger than this. We found two dudes, different walks of life, different ages, different lifestyles, coming together here tonight. These dudes were built to fight here tonight, 2025 in September. This is it, bros. Honestly, this is what we live for. This is what we created for. This is pro wrestling. We've got PCO taking on VanBruggen. It doesn't get bigger than this. These are two dudes built for this sport. Let's hear what you have to say with it, honestly.
It's an absolute privilege and a pleasure for me to be able to commentate with PCO in the house. 33 years ago, I was watching this man with Marc Blondin on LDS doing weekly wrestling shows. Now I get to commentate on him. This is an absolute privilege for me.
It's an absolute privilege for all of us, frankly, calling a match here for a complete legend in our industry.
This is a dude I've bothered BJ to bring in. And I said, who are we going to have him go against? Are we going to have him against you, Brent? Are we going to have him against Cody like tomorrow night? And we found a young dude, a dude who bleeds this business in VanBruggen, a dude who I have all the confidence in the world to give PCO the fight of his goddamn life here tonight. This is it. PCO, VanBruggen. This is what we friggin' live for, boys.
That's right, coursing through our veins right now. The energy in this building, the energy of this packed crowd. You hear the PCO chant already ringing out through the Legion. And look at VanBruggen. He towers over PCO, which is not something that many human beings can say.
Absolutely not. And no other man would I want to have referee this thing than Tim Chasen. And dude looks like he's in for it tonight.
Oh yeah, Big Tim's got his hands full with this one, to say the least. A wrestling Frankenstein.
Here we friggin' go, boys. Look at this, look at this. PCO looking for advantage early. You can see they're working the hands early. They're working the small joints early. You see this, look at this.
Bit of a technical start here.
We've seen PCO do what he does now. Let's not forget, this is actually one of the finer technical wrestlers out of Canada ever.
This is a dude who you see Kevin Owens. You want to know where Kevin Owens got a little bit of his spice from, where Kevin Owens got a little bit of his sauce from. It's PCO, baby. No friggin' further than PCO. And now we've got a guy like VanBruggen. This is a young dude who bleeds wrestling, and now he's He's in there with PCO. Let's see what he can do.
Can you imagine what's going on in the mind of VanBruggen right now? Such a young competitor, and to be standing in that ring across from an absolute living, breathing legend in PCO. This is incredible. Collar elbow tie up here, and look at that. The power of VanBruggen on display here early.
I took the opportunity to talk to VanBruggen. I said, you're in the same spot as a dude like Walter was all those years ago. You're in that spot right now. This is show out or go out. Because after this, you ain't getting another shot like PCO. This is it, baby. You got to show out tonight or never. This is it. Do or die in the professional wrestling business. Here we go.
A big time shoulder block here, and he knocks PCO off his feet. Look at that.
VanBruggen using his youth, using his size to his advantage here tonight in Langford.
Big time power on display early from VanBruggen. But PCO doesn't look like it's shooken up too much here.
Neither man looking to give quarter, looking to give an inch on either one. Look at this. And look at VanBruggen backing his man into the corner. VanBruggen taking early control of this one.
And our referee trying to get this thing out of the corner, off of those ropes there.
Look at the poise. Look at the confidence in VanBruggen. This is not a rookie in our business. This is a confident young man. Look at him.
Another collar elbow tie up here. VanBruggen backing PCO off into that corner here.
Look at him. Look at the back to PCO. No. He means business when he's putting his back to him like that. That is a statement. That is a statement to PCO. VanBruggen giving him his back like that, the center of our VIPW ring.
Oh, and PCO.
Look at this. It's breaking down. It's breaking down here.
Well, I don't think PCO needs to worry about starting a fight with our official here. He needs to worry about that 7-foot-tall monster of a man in the center of the ring right now.
VanBruggen standing tall, standing strong, looking good, but PCO, oh my God, look at this! PCO fighting from behind here.
And this is not something I expected to see.
PCO with that big choke. Look at this, fighting his man to the outside.
And VanBruggen landed on his feet, though.
VanBruggen landed on his feet.
Very agile for a big man.
Absolutely. Great athleticism and poise there. The wherewithal to land on his feet. These fans here in Langford, though, firmly behind PCO.
The fans here in Langford chanting PCO. PCO taking control of this matchup.
Big time fists there to the chin, to the throat area of VanBruggen. And you can see him now gasping for air. I think one of those shots hit him right in the windpipe.
VanBruggen going to the outside, trying to regain control of this matchup, trying to regain control of himself.
VanBruggen is beside himself. He is incensed.
VanBruggen incensed. PCO in control. PCO feeling himself. What's he doing? I've seen PCO like this before. He's gonna do it. Oh!
Looked like he was thinking tope, but
he was thinking tope. VanBruggen taking control here.
And here we go, fires him off, and right into that ring post. The shoulder of PCO connecting with solid steel.
That is the hardest part of the ring.
The size, the poise. VanBruggen taking control tonight. This means so much more to VanBruggen than it does to PCO. PCO, this is a Friday. VanBruggen, this is the biggest match of his entire life.
And VanBruggen, authoritative body slam out there on the solid floors for PCO. There's barely any padding out there around that ringside area, fans.
We just have the thin mats out there so the people don't slip. It's more for the protection of the wrestlers.
Thin mats on parquet floor here in our Langford Legion.
And PCO slow here to gather himself and get to his feet.
PCO fighting his way to his feet. This is a dude who's fought his way to his feet in so many matches across Canada throughout the years. VanBruggen starting to feel it. He's a guy who wants to see what PCO can do. These two dudes making their way to their feet. Two strong dudes. Let's see what happens here. Oh!
Van Bruggen just stomping the hand of PCO there as he tried to grab that ring rope to pull himself into the ring.
But you see, Van Bruggen won't let him back in the ring. He's strategic about this. He's not letting him back into the ring.
Well, you got to pin your opponent to win. This isn't about who keeps high ground here. You might want to let the man back in the ring or else he's never going to be able to beat him.
If I were anyone else in the world, they'd want to keep as much distance from PCO as possible.
Ooh,
You're
in the corner
absolutely
there.
correct about that.
If you're Van Bruggen, you want to be on top of him.
PCO just ate that solid steel guardrail there now on the outside.
Van Bruggen in control of this thing in a place he never thought he'd be here in VIPW. In control over a legendary wrestler, a former WWF Tag Team Champion, a former TNA Champion, a former GCW Champion. And here tonight, Van Bruggen has full control over the man.
Absolutely. We grew up watching PCO wrestle when we were just kids, and I don't think Van Bruggen was even born yet, frankly. And right now he's out there picking them apart. This is incredible.
It's a fact, early 90s, we were watching him wrestle Bret Hart. We were watching him wrestle Shinsei Shinzeki as Hakushi.
We were watching him wrestle Walter. We were watching him wrestle Kevin Owens. We were watching him wrestle everybody in the independents in that time off. This dude who's been there and back.
And can you tell me the name of this particular hold here, Sanders? This is one you're familiar with, I think.
This is an Ionian nerve hold named after Tony Ionian, the guitar player. Absolutely.
From Black Sabbath?
Absolutely. And he used to use those riffs just like he was using the riffs on that Ionian nerve hold. But as much as I like to digress, we've got Van Bruggen taking full control of this thing tonight.
Van Bruggen in control right now. I've seen a wrestling hold invented by Tony Iommi here tonight. I've seen it all, folks. But right now, this is no joking matter. This is one of the biggest contests we have ever had in VIPW. And I mean that both literally and metaphorically, because these guys are huge.
They're physically huge, but not only that, the implications mean so much, especially for this Van Bruggen.
Oh,
but
look at that elbow drop.
Here's the thing, that as much as no one wants to admit, this means so much for VIPW as well. We've got this Van Bruggen. We want to be the kind of place that new wrestlers get their foothold in. And if Van Bruggen can get a win over PCO here tonight, that means so much for VIPW and what we can do here.
Well, VIPW, you see the up-and-comers, you see living legends like PCO. Everybody knows this is the place to be right now. If you care about the best of the best in our sport, in the great sport of professional wrestling.
Ducks it, look at this.
Ducks the lariat here.
Oh, he's got his leg. Oh, but he didn't take him down, though.
He got him in the midsection there, I think, did Van Bruggen. A little bit of a knee to the midsection.
Van Bruggen taking control of this thing, slowing it down to his pace. PCO not looking great here in tonight's matchup. He's getting beaten down by the bigger man, Van Bruggen.
This monster, Van Bruggen.
Oh, the impact of that. Oh my God.
These are the moments that I'm happy they have us way back here, away from
Look
the
at the
action.
choke here. Look at this. Look at the big choke here on PCO. Van Bruggen looking impressive.
Those big size 15 boots of Van Bruggen. Oh, and here we go. Knife edge chops from PCO trying to work his way back into this thing. With the power of Van Bruggen on display again.
Man, these two dudes are just going to friggin' war on each other.
They are picking each other apart. This is
he's
physical.
squishing his head. Look at this.
Oh, no.
He's squishing his head. Team Jason has to get in there and get involved. He has to stop this thing. Oh, my God.
He lifted the man by his
skull. Oh, man.
I'm so glad that I quit professional wrestling 20
Van
years ago,
Bruggen's,
so I never had to
Van Bruggen's, he's got to put this away at some point.
It's a lot safer back here, Dave.
So far.
Look at this, look at this. PCO fighting out of it, look at this.
There we go, PCO is not human. Where is he getting this from? Hits him with a lariat. Another one. Can't take the big man off his feet. Gathering a head full of steam here.
Oh, both men down in the center of our ring here in Langford.
Double clotheslines, both men down. And a standing 10 count being issued here by referee Tim Chason. Who will get to their feet here first in Langford?
Both men are down. Both men are out. Look at PCO. He's barely even feeling it there.
The amount of punishment that this man can absorb is inhuman.
There's nothing like it in this industry. The professional wrestling Frankenstein himself, PCO, rises here from the grave.
Look who's first to their feet. It's PCO. The resiliency of the French Canadian Frankenstein. Unbelievable.
And look at these big-time right hands from PCO.
PCO going to work on VanBruggen, but he reverses it. Look at this. Oh!
Took his head off with that clothesline.
VanBruggen had a half a second, and all he could do was just brace for it. All he could do was just brace for it.
And then a headbutt here executed perfectly by PCO. And PCO now in control of this thing.
PCO in control of this crazy matchup.
Up in the high rent district here, second rope. What does he have in mind? PCO's gonna
Oh, big leg drop.
Huge
And the
leg
pinfall.
drop.
Here we go.
2.
Oh, just a 2 count.
Somehow only a 2 count. He nailed him with that leg drop off the second rope. I thought PCO had this thing signed, sealed, and in the mail, frankly.
Both men still.
It speaks volumes for how much punishment VanBruggen can take.
You are not kidding, Dave. VanBruggen is not human. He is an absolute monster of a man. And right now he's in there with one of the best in our industry. Oh, look at this.
Oh, sidewalk slam! Pinfall! No, pinfall. He was not able to. Oh,
Here we
will
go.
it count? Just a 2 count. And you've got to wonder, did that hesitation cost him the matchup here tonight in Langford?
We very well may have just seen the turning point of this matchup. VanBruggen nailed that sidewalk slam, but didn't have the wherewithal, the power to come in and shoot the half afterwards. And now, oh wow, he caught himself on that top rope in a sensitive place.
Look at this, look at this. Oh, he's got him. Oh, he took him down. PCO in full control of this matchup. He's going for the pin. Oh, no. Look at this.
PCO playing with his food here a little bit in Langford.
We've seen this move before.
Once or twice.
PCO going to the top here in Langford. Does the ceiling even have the space for this kind of maneuver? Yeah! Swanton ball! Pinfall! 1, 2, 3! PCO wins!
PCO is victorious here in the Langford Legion in his VIPW debut. These fans are stoked, and VanBruggen just there. He was right there, just about seized the biggest opportunity of his young career, but not able to overcome the wily veteran in PCO.
Much like Kevin Owens before him, this is a man who's coming up with a loss against PCO in their first encounter. Much like many other competitors against PCO, this is a man.
We got through that whole match without anybody.
But looking impressive in the center of our VIPW ring. Like a dream come true, it's PCO.